I know you're a digital nomad, and so I'd love to kind of start with that and tell us where you are right now.
I'm in Mexico City, sitting at the terrace of a co-working space in the city. I'll try to show you. It's a typical co-working space. Now, as digital nomads go, I'm a lightweight. I just take work retreats. There's lots of folks that just keep on going one place to the other. I like to go maybe every 6 months for a month or two someplace. I was in Ecuador for actually 3 months earlier this year, but I was planning on 2, but the day my return flight home was to occur, a volcano went off and ash fell on the airport and closed it, and the airline couldn't get me back for a month, and I was just fine with that. I went to the beach. So as you mentioned, I used to own a construction company for a long time, which really, there was some good times there, but you have 20 employees and high maintenance type of thing, like construction related stuff, you are wed to it. Getting away is not a possibility. That was sort of one of the requirements when I finally got out of that, that I wanted to do something on the internet where I had more freedom. And eventually I found that. We can probably get into it. Some of the keys to digital nomad, for whoever's interested in, there's a lot of places all around the world that are hotspots for it. And I've been going to Latin America. One reason, because I've known it from before. I speak a little Spanish, but it's on a similar time zone. Even though I have clients all over the world, just setting up meetings when you're in a whacked out time zone, you could be having it in the middle of the night. But the keys to going someplace for a digital nomad is there has to be co-working spaces. Co-working spaces are great. You can't be in your Airbnb place all day long. You go crazy. And you have to have good internet. Low cost of living is even better. Mexico City is really, it's a really cosmopolitan, cultured city, but it's pretty inexpensive here. And then I always, myself, like to have a bicycle. So you arrange to get a bike. My Airbnb host got me one. That helps a lot. And then find a favorite coffee shop to finish out the day in. That's what I'll do after this meeting. I'll have another couple hours. And then every time I take one of these trips, it's a convenient excuse to get away. I call it a work retreat. Some of my friends just think I'm crazy. But I always have some overriding business goal. Earlier this year when I went to Ecuador, I was really focusing on learning the new builder that was coming out, because everyone was procrastinating on that. And also I'll call working on my business instead of in it, some administrative marketing, business type stuff to make my practice run smoother. Back home, you always have a list of things you want to get to, and a year goes by and you don't get to them. Well, this is one of my ways to getting to those. This particular trip, my focus is learning Integra, which I'm a little bit behind the curve on that. So that's my digital nomad story.
So it kind of
you guys should try it if you can.
So it kind of creates some margin and some space to say, I'm going to do something different when it's hard to get up and go to your home office that you go to every day and try to do something different.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a mini adventure.
Right.
I actually work more when I go on these because I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone in the city. And in the part of the city I am, it's not the hipster part of the city. If I was in that part, I'd probably find a lot of Americans and I could speak up conversations. I have intermediate Spanish, but someone who speaks no English at all or has no appreciation that someone's trying to learn and trying to speak with you with hand gestures, pick their words correctly, speak slower. Where I am, there isn't there's no English, hardly any English speaking here. The only English I speak during the day is on my conference calls. So there's, you have to be cut out for that. If you need to be around people all the time talking, which I know plenty of people, this could be challenging. But I was saying I end up working more because of that situation. I try to dedicate probably 2/3 of the day just to my normal project work, building stuff, building apps, having conference calls, and the rest of the third, in this case, on the projects I'm trying to learn. And sometimes it works out like that, sometimes it doesn't. And then on your off time, where I'd be home cutting the grass or doing whatever, I'd take side trips. I went on a taco street food tour, a mezcal tasting tour, a mole cooking class. I'll load up with those. And by the way, Airbnb makes it easy, and it's not all that expensive either. Whatever you want to do, just a couple clicks, you got a place, you got a tour if you want to go on, or you can learn stuff.